and ESEA.
Hello everyone and welcome back. We should be jumping into map number 4 between NRG as well as Ghost Gaming very soon for the ESL Pro League Season 7 North America Division. And Mitch is a little bit angry and a little bit tilted, but I'm just reigning superior at the moment. Not yet, mind you. I still think Ghost can split 1-1 apiece, but, you know, Mitch is just wordless.
Could have been 2-0 for Goats Gaming.
Yeah, well, you said it could be a 2-0 for Ghost Gaming, and I said, no, okay. I said this should resolve in a 2-0 for NRG. Then at halftime, you were like, when it was 13-3, oh, you know, good prediction for the 2-0 for NRG. That's still on track. I'm not saying it's 100% completed yet, but that will forever live down in the moment where Mitch is wrong and I'm correct. Doesn't matter if even if I'm correct or wrong at the end of the day. That's going to live down in one of my moments. But Ghost Gaming, they left that opportunity hanging for way too long. Didn't take it. NRG eventually then seized the opportunity, took it out in overtime. Now they need to make sure they don't do the same thing in map number 4, the second map in the series.
Yep. I mean, it'd be pretty hard to do that again.
It's happened before. I remember this. It was Liquid versus Luminosity Gaming. You say you can't let these opportunities go again in the series. It's happened before in a high-pressure environment. So take a quick look at the schedule. Talking about overtimes as well, 15 apiece between Cloud9 and Complexity. Earlier on today, we saw the 2-0 for Liquid against Rogue, but Rogue definitely didn't make it easy.
15. Complexity and Cloud9.
Yeah.
What?
FNS, mate. I told you. It's going to be a battle between the masterminds here, and Renegade's splitting 1-1 apiece between Optic. But they do manage to get the overtime, so they get more points than Optic.
Yeah. Where's the false sense of security from FNS, though? You meant to let them smash you on the first map.
For Complexity?
Yeah.
Nah, that's not FNS. That's the Davey style, mate. That's not the FNS style. That's the Davey style. Now coming into the final map, where NRG probably shouldn't have let it bleed into overtime. I mean, both sides shouldn't have let it bleed into overtime immediately in their perfect scenarios.
Ghost shouldn't have let it to bleed into overtime.
Yeah, I mean, NRG, they probably would have liked to clean it up during regulation time as well. On the CT side, you know, a few rounds that they didn't lock down the bomb sites. They were probably thinking, look, we're on track for a 16-14 victory, a little bit tight, but we can afford that. You know, down 13-3 and coming back to 16-14 would have been insane already. Overtime is already ridiculous when you think about it, where they're winning 12 rounds to trade out 2 rounds.
Yeah, would have to agree with you. I mean, I'm not sure whose map pick it was, but come on, like, you know, you've got a proper in-game leader, somebody who's been...
I think it was... Did NRG start on the T side?
It should have been Ghost, so... Yeah,
no, if NRG started T side, it would be NRG's map pick, but that just seems odd as well.
It seems odd because Ghost played against Cloud9. I don't know if they picked it, but they played it really well against Cloud9. Anyway, not sure. Could have been different people picking different sides.
I think like the veto system works very interestingly for Pro League. It's like you nominate which maps that you'd prefer to play and which one you instantly ban out. So
it's been a while. I'm actually looking forward to seeing a game on Cobblestone because we're not in that era where I was seeing it every single series. So
yeah,
let's see.
My heart bleeds for you, Mitch, where apparently you have to watch Cobblestone in the first time for a very long time. I remember this series where I had to watch, I think it was a rotation of Overpass, Inferno, and then I can't remember what the third map was. I think it was Mirage. 8 out of 9 times I had to watch those maps.
Where's the textures in that tower? No. You can't trigger me that quickly.
It's like, I had to watch, it was between 2 teams as well. I had to watch Tainted Minds versus, I think it was Greyhound on Overpass, Inferno, and then Mirage or Cage or something like that. And then I got to watch it again, and then I had to watch it for the 3rd time as well. It was like, I was like, please, I needed another map, and Cobblestone is what they needed. And NRG are already off to a racing start. They want this over and done with. 3 kills with the pistols at long 8. Bombs lost, and Ghosts going to be crunched on by the other side as well.
Luckily, he's pretty keen to get this one over with.
I think everyone's keen at the moment. They want to take down Seb. Seb now tucked in a corner thinking about what to do. Won't be able to do anything at all. And NRG just pushing in, bullying Ghost Gaming out of that pistol round. Pretty reminiscent of what Ghost Gaming did on Overpass.
I mean, it's the perfect time to do it. Ghost, they let that entire map slip. Should have closed it out a million times, but NRG wins it. Now they come out strong, and they just bully Ghost Gaming out of this one. So feels bad, man.
Yeah, so Cobblestone, I think, was Ghost Gaming's map pick and NRG opting... No. Yes, it is. It's Ghost Gaming's map pick, so NRG starting on the CT side. And a force spike coming out after all. Didn't manage to get the bomb plant down.
Is it always CT and T like that? Because this map's T favoured.
It is T favoured, but now it's slowly swung back to teams starting on the CT side. I think they're pretty confident getting 9 or 10 rounds on the CT side.
Nope.
That's been what's happening recently, mate.
Well,
believe it or not. And Daps. I always see Daps in potentially some of the worst positioning possible in these rounds, which, like, I think maybe we've got the X-Ray to work with, and Cirque is trying to hold on for dear life at the moment. 6 bullets left. He's being pressured from other side. What? Still managing to get that kill, and he's still got 3. He's bought a lot of time for the rotation to come across, and Fugly should be able to find one in the open. VSA not taking enough damage. Wardell just instantly taking a dink for his troubles. He's got the M4, but Breezy's now collapsing on the bomb site. They wouldn't be able to get this bomb plant down. So it was, yeah, I mean, Daps' positioning has been...
It's one of those funny RGL things where it's like you're so focused on the radar and everyone else being in a good position that you've just, you know...
inadvertently putting yourself in a really poor position, because that was like...
And not focusing, yeah.
It was a position where I'm like, all right, they should know that drop's open now because no one's holding it. It's been smoked off so they can fly out a window. So Daps is coming full force towards window with a FAMAS. Like, not even an SMG or a shotgun, it was a FAMAS. So a little bit of a... Probably concentrating too hard on something else and not thinking about his current positioning. That's okay. NRG able to rescue this.
MP9.
Order
pretty cool gloves.
dink. Glocks! Glocks all across the board in a single P250.
I said gloves, not Glocks.
Oh. Glocks. Glocks are better.
Glocks are better than gloves?
Yep.
Back at it again, Daps.
Oh, wow. Stanley with a P250. Oh, my goodness. So many dinks going out from Stanley, but not enough, unfortunately. They've lost a few rifles on the side of NRG Ethos, and Ghost Gaming's buy is actually pretty good.
Arguably better than NRG's.
Yeah, I mean, 4 AKs versus the UMP and MP9, 2 M4s and an AWP.
I mean, so far today it's been Cirque who's been the better AWPer of the matchup.
I think it's been relatively, like Wardell's had his moments where he's shone as well, but I think Cirque has just been consistently been able to find impact, so I think that's been the difference between the two AWPers. NRG maybe looking to get aggressive in the B plat, so just the deep smoke and the incendiary grenade to push someone off the boost if it did happen. Stanley just lining up a counter incendiary grenade to make sure the CTs aren't pushing forward. So pretty much just a utility game at the moment. No one's made contact, but they're just trading grenades back and forth.
Yeah, not the biggest fan of how you do that on this map. BSA is trying to throw something, but I don't think his jump bind's working or something like that. There, out goes the flash. Not going to commit out to side hall here. Daps playing close with his best buddy Cirque. Breezy's given up drop room because it's late round. In case you didn't know, that's pretty smart.
And why is that?
Because late round, if you get swung into drop, they can trade you out pretty easily. And if you give it to them, it's not as impactful as if they have control of it earlier in the rounds and they have more time to rotate either ways, split different areas of the map. Like 23 seconds, now you've got drop runes so late that you have to basically run out of it.
But there's not enough members on the B bomb site. They have to commit through the smoke, which I find really dangerous. Ethan actually taking out through the edge of the smoke. Fugly somehow still alive and taking out Seb. That's the drop pressure alleviated. And Cirque just caught a no man's land. All that he needs to do is deny the bomb carrier right now. VSA, he has to commit to the plant. And Breezy just barely won't be able to deny it. I think they're talking about whether or not they want the double AWP setup. And it depends if Breezy decides to go for it. I thought it was a little bit scary for a moment in terms of how NRG only had 2 on the B bomb side, but Ethan as well as Fugly doing very well to, get 3 kills early on. I think it was 3 kills. It's going to force it already down to a 2 and 3.
Making good use of the SMGs as well. UMP doing lots of good work. 2 kills with the UMP, that's best case scenario. just another pistol buyout from Ghost. Not looking very competitive in this one so far.
Yeah, it's still early days. Only one buy round. You can't base an entire picture on a single pixel.
Mate, our entire broadcast is just you telling me what I can and can't do, more or less.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Can't deny that. It's been the truth. And then you just coming back and just going, that's where you're wrong, Karath. And I'm like, all right, mate.
How exciting. Tell you what you can't do. You can't just sit top mid with the bomb and not use any of your utility to help your team get into position.
Use a smoke grenade. The flashbangs would have come in too late. I mean, you use your flashbangs now to get position at mid. You can't get into A.
He's going B. See how he goes. Pretty well.
Takes out Ethan.
Doesn't even sound like he was tapping at that range. He was just spamming it.
Ooh, can they get the M4?
Well
yeah,
played.
they did.
The juggling skills on point.
Well done by Breezy. Drops the AK. Trusts his teammate. It goes catch. It's like that slow motion inside a movie is Ghost Gaming. I think this is a attack pause from Ghost Gaming just to figure out what they want to do. Still, I mean, it's still like only the second round where they have a buy round to kind of crack open. But they want to be talking about where NRG are positioning their players and how to essentially breach into the bomb sites.
It's usually a pretty good thing to talk about. I don't know, I haven't seen too much of NRG play this map, so I mean, potential weaknesses already showing themselves to be...
Oh, what was that?
Side hall, they play up close, so you could potentially go out mid. Early smoke. Going to change up their A setup this round. Light pressure onto the side hall area. Circ's going to be towards B instead of A. Supporting Ethan under the platform. So anything Ghost just talked about won't be as relevant anymore. But it's not going to matter. Stanley making a play. It's good to see.
Stanley's able to get out and completely untraded, and he's just by himself at the moment. And Ghost Gaming are just... Well, Fugly's trying to figure out how to get rid of this player right now, which is going to be the biggest problem. Sub Rosa is able to take down the AWP, but Fugly with the silenced M4, laser beam rifle, getting 2 headshots. Door's going to be smoked off, but they don't know if there's any more on the bomb site, so they're going to take the time and try to retake this. NRG, you just got Dap slowly rotating around, and they're most likely going to try to retake this drop room control. Breezy's boosted on top of Fugly's head.
Yeah, they're just waiting for a peek from the E-box side, but no one's going to give it to them.
No need to on the side of Ghost. You've got that B plat control. You don't need to be peeking E-box. So just got Seb tucked in a corner. NRG don't know this yet, but they can wait. They want Daps to rotate in position and help clear out maybe drop or clear out B platform. And Wardell just peeking straight into Breezy's rifle. Breezy so sharp, and Seb just patiently blading. Baiting and playing around the angle. Dap's going to be completely blinded out in the open. Seb, once again, the clutch master for Ghost Gaming, able to put one on the board. He's unable to retrieve the AWP though, and I mean, that's not too critical. Wardell wasn't able to find any too impactful opening picks, but Stanley was the one to really just break open that B bomb site by himself.
Absolutely. Look forward to seeing more of that, to be honest. That's what Ghost really lacked on the T-side last map. No one was willing to make a play, so they kind of just bumbled around everywhere. No tactics or strategies to sort of lean back on. So you're all relying on the individual plays, and the way that they play so slowly, it's counterproductive in my opinion.
And Seb is already eating a grenade. Oh no. Perfectly timed grenade from Breezy. And a smoke grenade just to get them controlled. That's how much respect they're giving to Cirque's AWP at the moment. They're putting that smoke down. It's not an easy shot to be hitting from top slope into mid with the AWP. It's a very tiny line, but just throwing that smoke, the CTs won't be able to guess how many there are on Sub Roses. Looking at boost already, he's thinking about the dangers of it. But Daps, I think he may suspect there's someone there, but there's no Molotov. There's nothing else to kind of push them off these angles. And
Cirque's actually just been allowed to take full plat control for the side of NRG, which means they're going to play 3 on this A bomb site. Ethan's going to be ready to rotate, but he's going to hold drop control. Very confident stuff from Ethan. But Seb, lightning fast, straight onto his head.
Old mate Seb.
Yeah.
Stanley, you can't just walk through smoke like that. It's not...
Stanley 2K.
I mean, it worked in the previous one because you were flashed through, but there's just too many players of NRG over here. You can stay with the Khalil.
Don't think I've ever seen the Gil look so good.
Seb's rotated around from the other side. Oh, what a shot into Dabs, and now Breezy, he's the solo man on the APC. This has gone terribly wrong for NRG. They're able to get so many opening picks, but no more. And I think Seb knows what Cirque is, and once again, Seb, he's having a stellar game so far. He's solo-handedly bringing it back for Ghost Gaming. 3 kills in the previous round, probably will make it 4 right now. There it is, makes it 4, retrieves the AWP.
Does indeed. Pretty slow-paced round with a couple of different, you know, pushes from both sides, but Ghost finally getting the best of them. I didn't think they were going to be able to do anything in that round. It seemed like NRG had the picks so early, and then it all just broke down from there. Wardell's going to post up on Danger.
This is good from Ghost Gaming so far. Getting 2 rounds in a row now, and NRG just left on the pistol. They're going to force up. I think they have to eco one more time after this. I'm not certain how good their cache is, or how poor their cache is, to be precise. But the rest of Ghost Gaming doing well. Good to see them being able to stabilize after a pretty rough defeat, in all honesty.
Just going to walk out, drop and plat. So at least good to see them be, I was about to say, to be decisive. Don't agree with playing these pistols close side haul like this so late into the round, because you're so far away on the rotate, unless they're going to flank or something like that. Makes things difficult.
These flashbangs, these counter flashbangs are very good from NRG, just buying more time to allow the extra rotation to come across. You want these pistols. At best, you can hope for a 1-for-1 trade. Better is kind of like, oh, you're getting 2 kills of the CZ. That's like getting your money's worth. But after these Molotovs have gone out and as the smoke fades, there's a lot of presence on the B bomb side. Oh, no, you don't want to be seeing 2 people running out into a CZ. You do not want to be seeing Ghost just getting completely slaughtered.
They threw all their utility and then didn't use it at all. They just threw it and then sat around, waited.
And that was like almost perfect from NRG, where it's like everything that could go right for NRG went correctly, and everything that could go wrong for Ghost Gaming went wrong.
They played way too scared of the pistols in that round, in my opinion.
That's why sometimes you got to play scared of the pistols, though, Mitch, because they can do things like that to you.
But when you play scared of the pistols, it's more likely they will do things to you like that.
A catch-22, a conundrum, as you'd say.
Yeah, something to have a long thonk about.
A big thonk about? Or
But
just a long thonk?
Big long thonk.
And how long? How many centimeters? Or how many inches? Would you think for 5 inches?
I wouldn't dare.
1 mile?
What?
You asked how long? How long would you think for?
I don't know.
Yeah, see? Dabs looking to go aggressive on the MP9. He's going to get 2 kills. Sub Rosa stinked out Wardell. I don't even know how Sub Rosa did damage. There's also one coming out from Danger, I think. Oh no, Cirque is getting taken down by Sub Rosa. Sub Rosa's now got an AWP, but Breezy's there to retrieve the AWP. Daps cleans up with the MP9. 4 kills for him.
Janitor Daps.
Clean up at the slope, and Ghost. Oh, just as I said, they were looking good coming back into it. You know, they got money, they got the guns. NRG are on the eco. Now Ghost Gaming are on the eco. They've got the force spy going this round, and Wardell's got dualies.
Yeah, he's not having a great one. Sub Rosa are also not having a great one.
Dualies are an amazing weapon, but I don't think they're appropriate given this context.
What do you mean weapon? Weapons.
So, if the dual Berettas were attached by a piece of string, will that still make it a weapon or a weapons? Because technically they're connected and they're a single entity now. I don't know, like, we're asking the hard-hitting questions over here at ESL Australia. I mean, like, that's what we're asking, is like... It's not, okay, Ghost Gaming are going to be coming out drop room at the moment and trying to flood the bomb site and going to get slaughtered. It's going to be, the duel is considered a single weapon or not. VSA at least getting a single kill on Fugly to at least do a little bit of damage, and VSA is just going to get run over by the MP9. And Daps just goes, where's the M4? I don't care, I've got an MP9. You can buy your own, Fugly. What's wrong, Mitch?
Waddell's got the AWP out again.
But he's had no impact this game so far, which is...
no impact this series, mate.
He's had impact on overpass. There were a few rounds where he's able to shut down something, but this time... This time it just feels like, you know, one kill, he's come out, he's been killed by a rifler who's sitting at a very open angle and not being punished for Circ. Oh, that's what you want to see from Waddell. That's better.
Pushed him off with the utility and we're able to punish him pretty quickly, so good stuff, expecting the re-aggression, I guess. Still 2 people to deal with on A, though.
How are they going to deal with Daps and Breezy? Breezy doesn't have head armor, but he only has a single flashbang to work with as well.
All Fugly's utility as he rotates into heaven, though. Onto the side already. They're a man down, so they're going to take the gamble that it is A. Ethan's scouted out that plat. He's more concerned about being pushed from drop than platform, though.
I mean, generally, if at this time, you wouldn't be walking out of plat. Subrosa is going to check the incorrect line. Daps is there. He's going to get the molly out too late. Stanley there for the trade. But there's still 2 more on the A bomb site. And Breezy, that is sharp entries from Stanley. But Fugly's here, alongside with VSA. So down to a 1 and 3. And Ethan's going to be boxed in from all sides. And he's still going to come on a balcony. But VSA has already spotted him out. Gets one tapped down. Seb coming in from behind, who should be able to clean up pretty easily. Ethan's not going to look this way.
That's the kind of thing that they really lacked on overpass. Like, where were just the smoke executes? Just the basic ones.
Back to basics sometimes works, and that's what
I mean, there's a reason why they're the most common smokes.
Because they're effective. Oh, look at that. Synergy.
It's like we're connected by a piece of string. Is it casters or caster?
It's just a single caster entity.
Oh, I'm dead.
Is this what they call string theory?
I'm pretty sure.
What the hell? He's going aggressive. He's looking for the opening pick, but he's going to scurry off, scared off by the incendiary grenade. Ethan's going to hear him, but this is forcing so much utility out of the CT side, and Wardell's going to be pretty content with that. He notices that the CT's dropped a lot of utils.
He's a very observant young man.
And off that opening pick, Ghost able to find a bit more, and Ethan, I'm not certain if his head was spotted, but I think Wardell did spot it. Oh no, he did not. And the flashbang comes out just in time for Wardell to go down. He was playing maybe a little bit too over-aggressive with no support, no ability to be traded out, and Ghost now still stacking back to the B bomb site. Even if they go back though, look where Daps has been able to consistently get himself in a position at long A where he's like sitting tight. He can hear the rotation. If the T's do want to come in, either they have to make noise, they walk, this takes time. And if they take time, the CTs are eventually going to get aggressive somewhere else.
It's going to go for a drop and a pace split. Breezy going to defend that one pretty quickly, but Sabrosa going to be able to sneak out. Takes his head off. Circ stuck.
Oh, what was that from Circ? The full 180 onto VSA, who botches up his spray. Oh, no. I'd be very sad if I was VSA. Bomb plant goes down on default. Still a very open and competitive round right now. 2 on 3. Under balcony has been mollied off. Subrosa needs to find this kill on Fugly and does manage to do so. Stanley, though, is pushed off his position. He's going to have to smoke himself off, and they're going to try and fight him through the smoke. They won't be able to do so. Ethan's watching for Subrosa. They're both watching for Subrosa. They'll be able to take him out. They don't know where Stanley is. And the young talent for the UK can't find the targets in time. And NRG, they lose a lot of guns, but they take the round. I guess that's what's most important. Once again, Circ, that was nutty.
Not a bad shot.
Yeah, you know, standard. Pilly would have hit it in his sleep 10 times out of 10.
At least.
At least? 11 times out of 10?
Yeah.
With a piece of string attached to your mouse?
I mean, isn't that just the cord?
Not if you're playing with a wireless mouse, mate.
Ooh, that's true. But is it... Good at leave that one. Got a lot of pistols.
What is it? They're going fast here. They're going to try and make something happen. But Ethan's already up there. He's going to take one out. Notices there's no more. Counter flashbangs come forward. So it's just going to slow to a complete halt. And Ghost, they're only going to be able to find an opportunity if NRG presents itself in this round by either over-peaking or just waiting for Ghost to come into the crosshairs.
And pretty sure we know how good NRG are at doing that from watching the last map.
I mean, you know, pretty solid so far.
Yeah.
Coming up A, Daps spots them out, is going to drop the incendiary grenade. They're going to take a lot of damage, but they're going to continue the charge. Daps going to be spraying through the door and Cirque, just trying to hide in stables at the moment. BSA, he's sprinting, and he still gets the kill. Wardell close, but no cigars, because he is just in too much danger. And Seb close, slowly trying to crawl up. He's got the AWP, and Breezy just realizes he has the AWP. Is able to retrieve it as well for his teammate.
Not bad.
2 rounds left in the half. NRG definitely ahead at the moment. But Ghost, they need these last 2 rounds. If it does become 12-3, then the question becomes, ooh, can Ghost manage to make their own little comeback?
Not going to say anything.
I don't think it's likely at this stage, but who knows? Maybe NRG will then have a shocker of a T-side. I don't think they will, though.
This is why you're a better caster than me, Kev.
Because I can call 2 zeros?
No, shut up.
It's like the Tildo factor. It's like, how many times can I get Billy to tell me to shush? Like the inner librarian voice.
Yeah, you're even better at telling people to shush than me.
Seb is able to punish Cirque's over-aggression. Oh, that incendiary
Ghost's going to let them have this flat. That's the question. Fugly's not giving up on that one.
He's not giving up on anything. He's like, oh no, there's 2 bullets left in my M4. In this scenario, I could either A, fall off and reload, or B, remember switching is faster than reloading.
Always.
Always. So that's good from Fugly.
Daps at lower mid, still got his Molotov, so as soon as he sees them pushing in here, which he won't actually.
He's just hiding. He's just waiting.
Last time he pulled out a Molotov, didn't go great for him. Ooh, that was not good timing. Seeing that guy plat has actually forced Daps to move out of position, which means he's exposed to the push from both Sub Rosa and Seb. That's a great shot, but he hasn't picked up the bomb.
Yeah, Fugly is there with the M4 to cover it. Ethan's also able to rotate now and watch the bomb. BSA, no hope in heck to try to clutch it out. So Fugly ends around with 4 kills. 2 at the B plant, then coming over to mid. And an all pause coming out as Ghost, I think, is trying to figure out how to clutch out the final one, most likely. Why is there a ladder there, Pilly?
Where?
There. You see
Why
it
do you
at the
think?
bottom on the right side? Why is it on a roof? Like, it doesn't serve any purpose.
He clearly used it to get up there, and then he just left it up there. How did he get down?
Those ladders are not cheap.
There's only one way down, mate.
It's going to hurt. It's not like, oh, you're going to take 10 Harry Potters in real life. It's going to potentially give you back injuries.
Well, it's not real life. It's Counter-Strike, isn't it? He clearly just B-hopped on the tree.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it was real life, I'd be pretty confident of probably wall kicking up there. It's close enough in alley to probably make a good kick. Maybe just get boosted up by a teammate. So
Your IRL teammates. Are we teammates, Kevin? IRL?
We've never played together on a team, so no. As we're back out of the tactical pause. Don't think Ghost Gaming have much to work with in this round. Yep, they've already taken a lot of damage.
Oh, man. 15 seconds in. Wardell's limping. Already had a rough enough half. The one way for Ethan. 5-man group up towards the A-bomb site. Daps, no respect. Throws down the molly. Throws the bullets into VSA's face. Throws the bullets into Wardell's face.
Daps is just angry because it's like, oh, I overpass, you know, I struggled and whatnot, but I'll show these passes connected by a string exactly what I've got. And effectively, he's just locked down the long A position by himself. Yeah, he dies, so what? He's already killed 3 people.
All on Seb.
I don't think he's gonna. He's good at clutching, but I think this is probably just a little bit beyond him. Ethan's
Next
already
level.
pushed. Ethan's already pushed to T spawn side, so it's just just point, aim, crosshair, point, and click.
It's that easy. Welcome to Pro League.
I think Ethan makes it look easy. Everyone's like, well, Ethan could do that. Maybe I can do that. Then you try that, and then the guy just comes hopping around, and he just one digs you and just keeps hopping around. It's just like, oh, awesome. Intended.
Bit of KD in action, perhaps.
Yeah, potentially so. Any other input you'd like to make for the half in terms of what went wrong for Ghost? Everything went right for NRG in my mind. Only a few rounds where Ghost, you know, executed together, actually pushed in. On the side of Ghost, otherwise a lot of rounds that did go missing. Was it not enough map control? They took too long? Didn't try to throw a spanner in the works by going fast somewhere?
Yeah, not enough the depth of strategy. Once again, just bumbling around, sort of, you know, sending some people to some places. No overarching strategy apart from occasionally obtaining map control with a limited amount of players, then throwing some really standard smokes and getting out onto a bomb site. There was that one time where they threw the B execute but never proceeded to throw it again, and they threw it against pistols and didn't use it. And then they've got a lot of talented players, but Wardell and Sub Rosa aren't showing up in this game whatsoever, and so they're just getting pushed in basically. Yeah,
and NRG players are showing up at the moment. I think that is ultimately the difference at the end of the day when you've got more players hitting their shots versus players who aren't. I mean, VSA's completely fallen off as well. Haven't seen too many insane shots from him. I think it was pretty indicative when he missed the kill on Cirque, he was able to get the 180. I think that's just the story summed up.
Yeah,
lots of good positions Ghost have been in.
This literally happened to me the other day when I was playing a prac on Cobblestone, where we were playing like order and they were just like using all their utility early on to stop you from taking B plat control or long A control, and that's what NRG are doing in this game. And if you haven't got a lot of depth on Cobblestone, or you're not as experienced in general, when you don't take any map control early, suddenly it's 50 seconds to go and you've got no map control. You end up rushing yourself, you end up just peeking into people's angles and getting like wrecked in the side, and you don't have anything to fall back on when you have no control and no options in the early parts of the round. Even though your opponents don't really have much utility left, it doesn't matter. And when you try to force in, it doesn't work.
Oh, a 3 drop stack. It's working out miracles right now for Ghost Gaming. Breezy can't find the headshot. The bomb's been lost. They're still not watching to drop, though. That's where the danger is from Daps. Fugly, he's on the wrong side. Sub Rosa making a lot of noise. And insta one taps Daps. Doesn't know where Fugly is. So Ghost Gaming too buy themselves a little bit of breathing space.
Fugly's on an adventure. Again.
He's going around the town. Something, maybe able to get a kill. I'm not a musical writer by any means.
Really?
I'm not a rapper, but if I was, I don't think I'll be able to say quick math either. There we go. Sub Rosa cleans up. Ghost Gaming with a little bit of breathing space. Not too much.
Well, it was a must-win pistol, wasn't it?
That's what we said about NRG in the last game. And they still managed to convert it around.
I don't want to do any strong opinions anymore, Kevin.
Because I'm just going to pile it into you?
Yep.
That's part of the fun.
All I'm going to say, Kevin, is just because something could happen doesn't mean it's correct to say that it will. And you go both sides of the fence, mate.
That's the best way, mate. If you sit on both sides of the fence, you can never be wrong. You always know which way the winds of fortune are blowing. And if you know which way the winds of fortune are blowing, then you know how life is going to go. Oh, okay, so A-side's been left relatively open here.
Quickly out of that one, eh?
Yeah, quickly out of that one. A-side's been left pretty open right now. And Breezy's, I think, may have heard some of the CTs drop down, so they know they're in danger. I'm just going to be sitting around here accordingly. Oh, no, they're going to line up for Breezy. Who's going to find 2? This is reminiscent or something else I saw earlier today on Overpass. Looked like a leash for a moment there. And this has gone messy because all of a sudden Ghost has lost the buy round.
They're being deeged.
You've been visited by the Deagle God Breezy, who has shot you in the back. You can see Breezy wants more as well, but he's just going to stop for now. He just peeks in with the MP7 through the door! Oh no, this is the worst way to go out.
Visited by the Deagle God Breezy. Spam this clip to 5 of your friends.
Exactly. Otherwise you'll never hit good Deagle 1-taps again. This is just like filthy lurking. It's like the CTs, they've been waiting the longest time. It's like, alright, we'll start retaking A. You know, we got our buddies coming up from connector. And then Breezy just goes, hi.
Hey.
It just puts 5 bullets into you from behind.
7. Took the whole clip, but it was messy, but effective.
NRG looking to go fast out B plat, but the flashbangs, or the counter flashbangs from the CTs, will push him off. Just gaining some control for now. Sub Rosa there with the Desert Eagle. I think he was spotted out. And indeed, he was spotted out by Breezy, who's knocked up 20 kills on this round, or from this round.
20 kills in a round. That's
20
crazy.
kills as of this round. That's the word I was trying to find. And just a slow contact play out. This is really good from NRG. It goes to have to either peek into this, but AK's awaited. There's no flashbangs to work with as well. Wardell has the only flashbang, and that's going to be lost very promptly unless he gets more kills. And Seb's able to find one, but once again, Breeze is there on the angle, ready and waiting. VSA now 5-7. Why can't you dual wield 5-7s?
Would be pretty powerful. But, you know,
And you're
unless
arguing
it's connected by a piece of string, then...
Because I can see that, like, you know, you can't wield double deagles. That's pretty hard because that's going to be taxing on your wrists. Definitely not double revolvers. It doesn't make any sense.
Mate, Call of Duty just called, and they disagree with you.
Dual Mac 10s? Yeah, how to make the sawn off better? Have 2 of them.
Yeah. VSA just going to save his 5-7 in armor. I would say why not, but at this point, you know.
You can't do anything like, what are you expecting to do? Go in there and find 3 Ts who are willing to just sit there or push you so you get killed or you can get kills? Not going to happen with NRG. They just want this to be over and done
Breezy
with.
doesn't even have head armor, mate. He's
Who needs head
22 for
armor
6.
if you're getting the headshots first?
True.
Something
who
Breezy
needs
may say.
armor if you're just 1-being everyone? Why even buy armor? What a waste of money.
It might actually not be a waste of money at the moment if he decides to go B-plat, because that's where Sub Rosa is with the UMP, and I think it may have been spotted out, so they're going to use a Molotov on a ghost of Sub Rosa. And Wardell, as we can see, Ethan doesn't spot him just yet. Wardell trying to make that play. It's never going to work out against NRG playing on their default.
Trying to make the plays, but you're ultimately just losing harder. Would have loved to see some more of that and more critical gun rounds, to be honest. Not sure how it would have worked out, but in general, Ghosters look pretty lifeless, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit flustered just then, especially with Wardell trying to force a play when there was an inability to do so. But this is a play that may work out, because Stanley spotted out 2 at B-plat. They're still Sub Rosa alive right now. And Seb needs to find more kills with the CZ, does manage to do so. But now they know there's the full amount of CTs, and Cirque is just going to come behind and just try to cover it off from a cheeky angle. Can hear Stanley as well, who's just going to be somehow coming out on top of that duel with the CZ. Well, those are the players where sometimes you probably want to be playing a little bit more patiently and just waiting for the CTV pushing in as opposed to trying to force a duel.
Perhaps.
Talking about unable to force a duel, Ethan is able to get more kills, and it's all down to Sub Rosa, all in CT connector.
There we go. 15-4. Seb can afford a rifle. The rest of them can afford short rifles. Little ones.
Well, just little ones, eh? Just cheeky little ones that you can put away in your pocket.
Is that your best Stanley impression?
No, it's just my general impression. You said short ones, and I thought that's what you were going for anyway, so... Sub Rosa just going to try and boost up. Molotovs just going to push them off. How many flashbangs have bloomed in the B bomb site? Just let me ask you that. And the answer is just too many. All of Ghost are blind, and now Fugly is getting headshots. Seb's able to find one, but that's really probably just a one drop in the ocean. DSA dinks down Breezy, because Breezy has head armor this time. Clean shot out from NRG. Cobblestone over and done with in a flash. So opposite of overpass for NRG to clean up with the 2-0. As Karath correctly predicted, and Mitch Pilipowski did not correctly predict. I just got to rub that in every single time, Pilly. You have to know that. You didn't have faith inside NRG taking that 13-3 comeback against Ghost Gaming.
No, I didn't.
No, you didn't have faith.
Correctly as well.
But a lot of things for
Irrelevant,
Ghost to work on. I think that was just the difference at the end of the day when they didn't have the players shining and performing. The holes in their structure really came to
the
light.
individuals need to show up for Ghost because I mean, I haven't seen too much of VSA. He's been, as far as I know, he's been a caller for many seasons now, and he's only recently just gone into this roster, so won't have the time to implement as many strats or in that depth. But in general, their lack of strategy was apparent. So he's definitely going to need to get in there. He had some pretty big plays on the CT side of Overpass, but you know, you've got enough aimers in this team. It doesn't matter how good you can aim if you can't get Wardell in the game, you can't get Sub-Rosa in the game. You need to get your stars functioning. You need to get your players in the right position, get them comfortable, get some overarching strategy. Because it was pretty clear who was the better team on this occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. NRG just by outright just completely demolishing them on their own CT side. And when it came to their T side, I think they lost the pistol and then they won the force spy or something like that. It was on the back of Breezy's Eagle play. So that was like even a brief glimpse of hope for a Ghost Gaming to put up a few rounds and maybe a fight was just immediately snuffed out. And it was just a pretty brutal one-sided affair in all honesty, where NRG were not playing disrespectfully. I mean, DAP's probably the most, I'd say, to disrespectful in terms of playing long A like that. I don't think you can get away with playing long A against a better team like how DAP's did and succeed, if that makes any sense. I think a stronger team would be able to punish him, and Ghost Game were unable to punish him. Gave a lot of map control to NRG as a result.
Couldn't deal with a lot of the stuff NRG was throwing at them as well, like the B-plat aggression and the utility on the CT side. They didn't know where to go after about a minute. They were kind of just walking around. Sometimes they would take some drop control, but by the time they actually got it and the utility was all out, they are basically walking into crossfires, walking into off angles and getting themselves sprayed down. So
yeah, pretty much. And NRG then just... that's the classic NRG, I feel like, in a series I've been watching them so far. It's like first map, you know, they're a little bit cold. They get pumped in the first half. They come back in the second half and, you know, manage to close it out. This time was overtime. Last time was during regulation time. Then the second map, they just clean sweep their opponent. It's like they weren't even close. It was like they woke up, they're stumbling around, trying to jump in the driver's seat. They're failing. They're hitting their head multiple times on the car door. Eventually manage to stumble in. They start the drive, and then they wake up, and then they're cruising along.
Whereas Ghost is literally like the best driver you've ever seen for the first hour and then falling asleep at the wheel.
Because they've only had 2 hours of sleep. That's like how it always works. Like you have 2 hours of sleep, you feel really good for the first half an hour to an hour, and then you feel like complete garbage afterwards.
Yep.
And then if you have like, so NRG, you know, had their Mitch nap effectively, had a proper night's sleep, had about 8 or 9 hours sleep, came in here feeling really tired, but you're still functional right now.
Yep.
You're just tilted.
Yeah, a little tilted, but that's okay. Not as tilted as Ghost.
Let's take a quick look at the recap of the results. As we see earlier on, Liquid able to pick up the 2-0 against Rogue, and NRG 2-0, but an overtime victory against Ghost. So Ghost do manage to take 1 point. Over on the mainstream, Complexity managed to take the overtime win against Cloud9, but Cloud9 ahead 6-2 in the second map, so let's see how they go, as Renegades additionally split 1-1 apiece with Optic Gaming winning the overtime, but losing in the regulation time. So more points for Renegades, which may come handy later on during the season.
Respect for Complexity. 1-0 already over Cloud9. Struggle in OT, but you know what? They took out the win.
A victory is a victory at this stage, and we saw in Ghost, like, it doesn't matter how close you get. At the end of the day, we can talk about positives, we can talk about this, but we can talk about that. It's just not enough to get the win. Yeah. And same with Rogue. I mean, if we're criticizing Ghost, we can probably... Like, Rogue is a... You know, they weren't up so far ahead. They're always down. They're always struggling to get back in that position. They were maybe ahead for a little bit, but it wasn't like a 13 or 14-3 ahead.
They were playing a much better team, though.
Yeah, as well as NRG. I mean, NRG then woke up, and then Ghost just... You could see Ghost then kind of falling apart because they were expecting NRG... Well, not expecting, but if NRG kept being run over, then Ghost would have been able to secure that victory much early on, but they weren't because NRG then decided to turn up and play.
Yep, I would have to agree with that. I mean, there's not really much else to say. I would say there's more positive points for Rogue. Rogue series against Liquid than there was so much for Ghost Gaming. Apart from coming out strong in the first half of Overpass, they really didn't have anything else going for them.
Well, that's it from us today over here for the B stream, and I think that might be it for us for the season as well. I'm not sure if we'll get more matches later on, but that is the end of match day number 12 for the ESL Pro League Season 7 on the North American Division. Until the next time we see you guys, take care.
Bye.